Welcome back. The legislative session is now in full swing at the Minnesota State Capitol, with topics including gun violence, fraud, and immigration enforcement continuing to dominate the conversations. Our political reporter Danny Spiewak explains where lawmakers stand on these key issues.
We are now 2 weeks into the state legislative session for 2026, and this past week was an eventful one, marked by emotional testimony in a House Public Safety Committee from parents of the Annunciation Church mass shooting. That includes the mother of 10-year-old Harper Moisky, one of the kids that was killed in the shooting in late August. Here's what she said, testifying in support of the DFL proposal to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
I need you to understand something. Parents in our community don't sleep all the way through the night anymore. Because when we send our children out into the world, we know that there are weapons out there capable of turning an ordinary morning into something unthinkable in seconds. On August 27th, we sent Harper to school. Less than 30 minutes later, a deeply unwell person carrying 3 legally purchased firearms opened fire on that church for 2 full minutes.
But those proposals are non-starters in the Minnesota House, which is tied evenly between Republicans and Democrats. House GOP leadership, including Floor Leader Harry Niska, has said they will not bring those measures to a vote of the full House because they believe they're ineffective and unconstitutional. Given the attention and the emotion and passion around this issue, specifically with the assault weapons and high-capacity magazine proposals, why not at least let it come to a vote of the full House and see where it lands?
Well, I think we know that there really isn't. First of all, there really isn't bipartisan support for these proposals, and we know that they're not likely to work. You can look at the data from other states, from other countries. We know they're just going to get tied up in litigation, even if they do pass.
Fraud has also been front and center at the state capitol this past week again. The House DFL and Governor Walz both released their list of legislative priorities on legislation they want to see passed around fraud this session. The House GOP has said they are open to working with the Democrats, as have Senate Republicans, but they have to find common ground in this divided legislature. This upcoming week will be another busy one at the state capitol, as you have a couple of fraud bills back on committee, and in the House Public Safety Committee, there's a lot of discussion again scheduled on the immigration enforcement and the response to Operation Metro Surge. The House DFL will have one bill that proposes allowing and mandating the BCA to take part in any investigation of use of force involving a federal agent. At the Capitol, I'm Danny Spiewak, KARE 11 News.
You can watch all of Danny's On the Record interviews right now on the KARE 11 YouTube page. Well, to stay relevant in art, you have to keep pushing boundaries, but it doesn't need to be big. Sometimes the smallest details speak the loudest. Jessica Hart introduces us to the man in charge of design at the Minneapolis Institute of Art.
The Minneapolis Institute of Art is full of wonder.
It's cool to have people walking around.
Bobby Rogers.
How did I get here? I feel like
Isn't your average employee.
my journey was a bit unorthodox because it goes through multiple creative mediums.
Bobby started as an illustrator.
I grew up drawing all the time.
Then he became a photographer.
I go to the barbershop and be like, yo, I take photos for your social media if you give me free haircuts.
His work landed him a job at the Walker Arts Center, then Target.
And that's the way I like it.
He created his own studio, The Bureau, making content for Apple and the New York Times. Now he's Mia's head of design in editorial.
Anything you see visual that goes out, and a lot of things editorially written that you see go out, comes through my team before it goes live.
From billboards to fonts.
We are the creative look and feel of the museum.
To branding new exhibits. He paves the way for creatives of color because there aren't many in this field at this level.
But of course, there's always room for more. I don't think that, I'm definitely an anti-scarcity mindset person. And so I try to give as many opportunities as I can to people with our similar backgrounds. I try to give as many opportunities and teaching moments as I can.
With every new project, he creates a sense of wonder.
We have this goal at MIA to get 1 million visitors a year by 2030. And everything we do in design is then laddering up to that goal.
A goal within reach.
So we try to think about how all the colors themselves signal change from each gallery from season to season, but how they all work in relation to each other. And then how the fonts sort of, again, help you when it comes to that emotional sort of connection for people.
Within reach, partially because they have a team of people.
Should it be off the wall? Can we create custom areas where you can put videos into it?
Working to create a world of wonder. In Minneapolis, Jessica Hart, KARE 11 News.
The MIA's latest exhibit is about art and politics in Germany between 1910 and 1945. That exhibit opens this Saturday. Bookworms, it is your Super Bowl. Today is Read Across America Day. It's a perfect excuse to grab a book, read with your kids, or finally finish that one that's been sitting on your nightstand. And if you're struggling to find your book, a woman in Missouri has started a book subscription service focused on sharing the work of diverse authors. Donna Pittman has that story.
A hum in her heart, Charmaine Merriweather's mission, sharing the work of BIPOC authors.
It stands for Black, Indigenous, and More People of Color.
Charmaine is CEO and founder of Hughes Book Box, a subscription book service focusing on diverse writers and characters.
What's different from us than other subscription boxes is like we are really curating to your taste. You're not just getting a blank box, that everybody's getting the same one.
Packs and boxes I was supposed to pack.
Another difference, other services offer books mainly by white writers.
Basically, if there were 100 books that they were offering, about 5 would have main characters that were even people of color. I'm just gonna put them in there like that.
Charmaine wants to rewrite that norm.
This isn't supposed to be a preachy, do your anti-racist work, tear down everything wrong with you. I think, positive reinforcement is good, and reading books should be fun.
Open a book and you can be transported anywhere with all the unexpected that comes with that. It's the unexpected that really fueled Charmaine's passion for Hughes Book Box.
It was September 2020. It was the 1-year anniversary of my best friend suddenly passing. She literally just collapsed at work.
She and Desiree had talked of a subscription business together.
What could I do to honor her memory? And, excuse me, I didn't know this was gonna choke me up. And, sorry, wow, I guess I haven't talked about it in a while.
Through the sorrow, she's making a difference with every box.
There you go.
Books are delivered nationwide, and customers can place their orders at hughesbookbox.com. Stick with us. More news and weather coming up after the break.